Hey, Gavax here. So I want to do a video about pitching tips. I can do hitting tips too if you want that too, but I want to do pitching tips because a lot of times it's very hard, especially on All-Star. Hall of Fame, Legend, it's a lot easier to pitch in this game than it is in All-Star. You got to work a little bit hard on All-Star and, different things kind of work. So I think the most important thing right away is knowing what kind of pitcher you have. Whether you have like more of a finesse guy with movement, if you have a sinker, that's what you need key, right? The best pitches in this game are the sinker and then the cutter combo. The sinker cutter combo are wonderful. Slider, slurve, those are kind of like there too. And then you want like some sort of slow curveball changeup. I mean, there's splitters that are kind of like changeups too. But so there's a lot of things, different pitches that you can use, running different ways, going different ways, looking different ways. And I'm gonna go through different ways of approaching at bats and different players online. Now, the biggest separation between players online are free swingers and super disciplined people. Generally, you're gonna get people like there's ends of the extreme. It's like the political spectrum, one way or the other. Oftentimes, most of the guys you're going to see are kind of more towards the middle, but you will get one way or the other, and you can approach those. Like free swingers, generally if there's free swinger and they're playing at a decent rank, they're going to smash anything inside the zone. Some are just horrible, and you can throw the ball anywhere and they're going to miss. But like free swingers can smash. You do not want to throw them strikes at all. You don't want to throw them anything. And if you do go against free swingers, you want to start the ball in the zone and break it out or get it away. Make it look like it's good and then get it out of there quickly, right? Like breaking balls lower in the zone, change ups lower in the zone. If you're facing super disciplined guys who are also swinging the bat pretty good, you want to start the ball out of the zone and bring it in. Now, this isn't like every single pitch. Obviously, these are just like specific pitches. So like if I'm going against a free swinger and I got somebody like, I'm just going to use Maddox as an example, right? So if I have a free swinger, I'm going to throw the curveball out of the zone. I'm going to throw, well, I think I just got to throw it. It takes super long for it to reset. So just throw it. Throw the curveball out of the zone. You want to throw the slider. See how it starts in and goes out? You want to throw that outside the zone too. You want to throw sinkers. Oh, he doesn't have a sinker in this player. But the sinker, you want to start it like coming in the zone, then going away, breaking out. So like see how it starts going in and then it breaks in there? So you want to throw those. So basically, free swingers, that's how you approach them. And in the first, few outs of the innings, early innings, you can kind of tell what kind of swinger they are. And let's just do, I just want to repeat the play over and over. Let's go to somebody. We'll go to right-handed hitters first. We'll keep up with Henderson. So with right-handed hitters, how you approach it. So that's how you approach this free swingers, okay? Right-handed, left-handed. The good pitches, like if you have a slider here, going down and away to righties into lefties, back foot sliders are solid. So once you determine what kind of player you're playing against, free swinger or a disciplined player, you're going to kind of go and see how good they are, right? There's, the standard pitch repertoires, right? So you're going to start off and hit them with the stuff that's generically thrown. Inside, high and up fastballs, in on the hands fastball, anywhere here is where you always want to hit and what you want to do against anybody. See if they can handle it. See if they can handle it as I missed the ball. See if they can handle those in on the hands, okay? And then you roll slow stuff away. So that way if they have bad timing, they'll roll over the slow stuff away. Now, that's like how you approach regular hitters, okay? And like bad hitters. You throw like slow stuff away, hard stuff inside. Now, people have grown to know that's the meta. That's how you throw pitchers. So people have gotten good at hitting this stuff, right? They're hitting the slow away, hard inside. So if you face somebody that's really good, you're going to basically have to mix that up. You're going to have to throw what I call weird pitches, okay? So you do that and you see if they can hit it. If they can't, then you just do that all game, right? Hard stuff inside, slow stuff outside, sometimes hard stuff away, sometimes slow stuff. But like, if they're really good, then you have to call what I call backwards pitching, right? Or like stuff you don't think. And this is just a good idea. Throw your fastball low and away. If they're a free swinger, you never want to do this. You never want to throw it if they're a free swinger out there, because it's just like if they can catch, because it's easier to catch up to fastballs away. So like if you throw it down there, you do it against somebody who's a little bit more disciplined, right? So you understand? Throw it on the traditional pitching, hard inside, slow outside, that kind of stuff, until they kind of pick up on that, until they're good enough. And then you start throwing. This is crazy. IRL, this is insane. You can sneak one across every game. I would not do... Oh, sorry. I completely missed my spot. You also have to execute your pitch locations. I would not do this more than once. This is like a home run central. If you throw a fastball up that area... Oh, is that completely messed up and Maddox like goes to the regular spot? If you throw fastballs up here... I hate throwing fastballs right here. This is like all you do is jank your PCI and swing, and this is a home run when you throw a fastball there. I rarely throw fastballs here. I'll throw fastballs more out over the plate. I'll throw them higher, but right there is just asking for a bullshit home run right there. I would rather throw it right here than right here. Right here, easy to home run. Right here, a lot harder. Right here, harder, harder, harder. These are great spots for fastballs if they swing it at one ball off the plate there. So you do want to stay there. Also, there's a big thing about pitching for strikeouts and pitching versus contact. Some people don't know what that means. Pitching for strikeouts is trying to throw it, what I said, like get in the zone and break it out, right? And make them swing and miss. Pitching to contact is more like this. And you have to be very accurate pitching to contact. Pitching to contact, fastball here, don't do that. Fastball here, great. Because people, when they take their PCI, they move it all the way up. They move it up to the edge, right? So if you throw a fastball here, they can't let their PCI sit there and swing. It's a pop-up. And if they throw it to the edge up here, guess what? They do ground ball. So right here's a pitch to contact fastball. Right here's a pitch to contact fastball. Right here's a pitch to contact fastball, but dangerous. Right here is like the worst fastball you can throw. Right? They basically don't even have to move it. They basically move it and then they swing. Because they're already looking for fastballs in here a lot of the time. So like throwing it right here is the danger zone. Don't throw a fastball there. I don't love it. Fastballs up here are good to sneak by them. Some players can't react to them that quickly. Fastball right here, I've let up way too much home runs throwing it right there. Right there, a lot better. Right here, a lot better. Up here, a lot better. Also, don't throw any pitches in the middle quadrant. In the middle, third. Fastball right here, because it's just a flick, right? You know the opponent's batters, all they do is flick their PCI. Flick it up, flick it down, easy stuff. So throwing a curveball right here, throwing a changeup right here, that's home run. Throwing a fastball here, home run. So if you want to stay in the outer edges, right? Outer edges. Like even throwing a curveball right here and changeup right here, people just drop their PCI and swing, and they get a ground ball through the middle and get a hit on you. So if you're going to throw the changeup, throw it in here or out here. Never in this middle third. For my results in this middle third right here, throwing any pitch is death, right? Sliders, you don't want to generally throw a slider anywhere in the middle here either. You can sometimes, if they're really bad, they'll swing through it if they're kind of expecting something else, but it's a lot easier to time if they hook up on the plate anywhere in here. Any slider in there, and it's death. And even slider up here, I hate that. Okay, so I talked about, that's why I threw it like once a game at most. Like, right, you throw them backwards to players that are like super good, right? So that's what like happens. Like if you're playing with somebody super good, and I'm sorry I'm kind of like fragmented here, is you're throwing like wild pitches that you've never thrown in your entire life, right? Because they can swing on inside fastballs, they're killing you. They can kill outside slow stuff. So now you get to completely switch and completely pitch like a madman. You're basically hoping that they fuck up at that point. That's once they're killing you, if you're throwing stuff around the edges and whatnot, that's when you switch to that pitch to contact stuff, and you just hope they don't time that. If they do, then you got to get wild and throw your change-ups and your slurves and your curves all over the place in the strike zone and hope they don't time you up perfectly. So generally, also, there are players that hit fastballs well, and there's players that sitting on curve and off-speed stuff. So, like, there's not just, like, free swingers and disciplined players. There's players that sit on different pitches. Some players are really good at hitting off-speed, and you'll figure this out pretty easily, what their good timing is. Always look at the timing on the screen. I don't know if it shows it in practice mode. Let me throw a pitch. He didn't even swing at it. But, like, yeah, here it is. See, so let me throw it here. We can see his timing. So what you want to see is on the fastball, always take a look. You know that little timing thing? If they're early or late on the fastball in the first inning, that's going to kind of determine the rest of the game. If they're sitting on that fastball, god damn it, swing your fucking back, dude. Come on, Henderson. You're just going to keep taking? So, there you go. All right, he swung his bat. See how it says late? So he's late on the fastball. You need to use that information if they're early or late. If they're going to be early, if they're looking only for off-speed stuff, then you'll know you want to go like 60% fastballs. See that? See how he nailed that change? So now you know, okay, he's hitting off-speed better. So now you want to pump more fastballs. And a guy like Maddox, you won't use his four-seamer as much, you use his sinker more. And that's harder to pick up in this game. Sinker's the best pitch in the game. I don't even know if it's close. I guess knuckleball, if it was 49 miles per hour, would be pretty close, but nobody has that anymore. So, sinker. And roll that a lot too. So like basically you need to know, are they going to be on the fastball or curve, right? Free swing or discipline, are they on the fastball or the off-speed stuff? And you need to know that, okay? So the sinker goes everywhere in the zone, all around the zone. You can say the same thing about the fastball, located everywhere, except for against free swingers. you try to then, throw it outside the zone against free swingers. Discipline, guys, move it across the zone. Make sure low strikes, low fastballs are easy to hit, but they surprise people, okay? That's why low fastballs are valuable, because they only expect when you're throwing low in the zone for it to be something that breaks out of the bottom, because it's so easy to miss that, okay? So throw low fastballs, not a lot, but at least a few. Like, not every, third, fourth pitch. Don't throw it every at-bat. Not even close to every at-bat. 1 or 2 an inning. Throw low fastballs. Then you can kind of, depending on the pitcher, depending on the hitter, then you can get them chase more of your low breaking stuff if you can hit a strike on a low fastball. Because low fastballs are easier to time up and easier to hit than high fastballs. It's just a real-life thing. Because the ball travels more and it's easier to get your hands through and the bat through than something high and quick. So, just an FYI right there. That's kind of what I want to talk about with pitching tips, right? You want to move your pitches. Don't get predictable, right? Generally, throughout the game, you're going to fall into a pattern. And you need to remember to stay away from the pattern. Like, for a good portion of it, you could throw fastballs first pitch. And then fastball, curveball, changeup. Don't ever think about, like, setting something up for, like, I got to throw this guy fastball, set up an off speed. You can use off speed to set up off speed, but it's definitely best to, like, throw fastballs, then off speed, and change locations, right? Try and stay unpredictable is the best thing I can say for you. And have multiple pitches go multiple spots. Like, with a lot of experience, you'll know what gets hit hard and what doesn't, right? Like, I know right here, well, obviously right there is going to get, like, destroyed, just throwing it right down the middle. Obviously, if you miss the middle, then it's better, but, yeah, I guess he didn't even swing there. So, like, you'll figure a lot of stuff out, what works for you, but that's kind of generally it. Change-ups right here, I found, because people sit on the fastball inside, are great. Obviously, you don't want the change-up right at the bottom of the zone, because people just slam their PCI there, and they can hit a home run. So you kind of want it a little bit above the bottom of the zone. Even right here, I've seen cause a lot of pop-ups, a change-up right here, because people slam it to the bottom. So if you throw it right here, it's a home run. But putting the ball right here, it's a pop-up. So just know that also. But yeah, generally right here, I don't mind change-ups right there because it's so hard to get it and time that up. That's like where I'm low. On the corners, every pitch on the corner of the zone is a fine pitch. Every ball right that ends up right there is good. And if your opponent hits it and hits it good, then that's you got to tip your cap to them, because those pitches are just hard to square up and time up perfectly. But yeah, center, avoid that, and then know your opponent, and that's the biggest thing, right? The biggest thing. If they're on fastballs, throw changeups right where you're throwing inside, heater. And they'll be ahead of it, and they'll be over it. Some guys can just read changeups and fastballs, then you kind of get a little desperate. The guys can hit both your fastball and your off speed. That's where I'm like, oh my God, just hopefully you get lucky. Hopefully he misses. That's where the pitch to contact stuff. But I mentioned that. I'm trying to think of what else I want to mention here in these pitching tips. That's kind of it though, right? Know your hitter. Know your opponent. Look at the timing that they have on your pitches. And the ones that they have the worst timing on, throw those more often. Not every pitch. I'm fine throwing a pitch 3 times in a row, but do not throw it the 4th time, right? You can go fastball, off speed, fastball, off speed, fastball, off speed over and over, all you want. But fastball, because they'll understand your rhythm after a while, and they'll go for you, and they'll hit you, okay? So just know that, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. Those are my pitching tips. It's a mental game, and then once you figure out where you want to pitch, then you need to execute. Then you really need to execute and hit your spots, because that's kind of hard. Like, curveballs and changeups below the zone, especially right below the zone, tend to hang, as you've seen this year. Like if I want an out curveball, I will not throw a curveball right here. Throwing a curveball right here means the curveball is going to end up right here in a home run, or right here. Throwing a curveball here, I'm more comfortable with, because when I miss up, it's still a little low. But if I throw it here, that shit's hanging, or even worse, like right here. Throw it right. Here's an okay spot if you can locate. But yeah, that's my tip. Don't throw your curveballs too close or changeups too close to the zone either, because they have a tendency to hang and give up home runs. That's just how this game plays, though. All right, so that's my tips. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I think that's what I want to go through. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something with these tips. That's how I face batters. It's a lot of thinking stuff, right? It's a lot of, like, kind of out-strategize and try and, make them not expect what you're going to throw. And sometimes you just throw a random pitch because, like, oh, they won't expect this random pitch. And that's also pitching, right? So, thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.